Yeah.
May I come in, sir?
Please come.
Namaste, sir. Namaste, sir.
Please sit.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, we were told you wanted some kind of an interaction.
Yes, sir.
What is that? What exactly do you want?
Sir, I wanted actually a DAF session. Today I'm coming back from giving a mock at another institute, so I had requested for one DAF session.
DAP session means entirely based on your DAP.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
When's your interview?
Sir, 11th March.
11th March, okay.
Yes. Sir, you can ask me questions also in regarding to that.
No, if it is a DAP based session, you want to ask us questions about your DAP or should we ask you questions about your DAP?
Sir, generally the panels actually go through the DAF and they ask all the possible questions that can come from
That's what I'm asking you.
sir.
You
Sir,
want
you
us to ask you questions on your DAP.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. But that's like any other interview. Where's the difference?
Sir, it's actually supposed to be a bit more
avoid
important.
current events or what?
Sorry, sir?
You want to avoid current events?
No,
No, sir, no.
we'll stick to your DAP.
No.
Let me start with your Odisha Administrative Service. Why did you leave it?
Sir, I left the Odisha Administrative Service because I wanted a bigger scope. And practically, I also had difficulty managing going to the job as well as studying for UPSC.
So if you wanted to join one of the All India services or central services,
Yes, sir.
why did you appear for that exam in the first place?
Sir, at that time, I was not prepared for UPSC. I was only preparing for OPSC.
So this was some kind of a practice session.
Sort of, sir. Like, I did not expect to clear it actually.
Oh, okay. And you belong to Odisha.
Yes, sir.
Now, Odisha and Bengal are neighbors.
Yes, sir.
Bengal politically has turned out to be a very violent, unpleasant kind of state. How has Odisha escaped that kind of situation? Is politics in Odisha different from politics of Bengal? Are people different? Are cultures different? What is it?
Sir, although the culture is different, but I feel what has impacted more is that we have had a stable government for a long period of time, first of all. Secondly,
Bengal had a stable government for 35 years,
Yes, sir.
but the violence was always there.
Yes, sir. Sir, we are also a tribal majority, state. We also have, our social fabric is very strong.
What do you
because,
mean by tribal majority?
Sir, around 40% of the population. Sir.
40% is tribal.
Yes, sir. Around,
And
around
the rest?
non-tribal, sir.
Okay. Now you, in your recreational traveling,
Yes,
where all have you traveled to?
Sir, I've been to Meghalaya, I've been to Andaman and Nicobar Islands, I've been to Rajasthan. So these are some of the
Anywhere out of India?
No, sir.
Tell me 3 states in India you would like to visit, which you have not already visited.
Sir, I would like to visit starting from Jharkhand, sir, one place, one state. Second, sir, Maharashtra. And third, I want to visit Nagaland.
Not Kerala?
Kerala I have already visited.
Tamil Nadu?
Already visited.
Any other South Indian state?
Sir, I think I have visited most of the South Indian states, sir. All of the states.
Now, do you think Odisha is still Naxalite infested or not?
Yes, sir, it's part of the Red Corridor, sir.
That I know.
Yes, sir.
I am asking whether Naxalites are even today a major threat or not.
Not a major threat, sir, no.
Why not? What happened? How were they dealt with?
Sir, we have taken lots of security-based measures as well as development of the tribals, and consequently, over the years, the area which has been under control of Naxalites have reduced a lot, sir.
My last question about your state. There was that IS officer who was acting as secretary to the CM.
Yes, sir.
What's his name?
So, V.K. Pandian.
Pandian. Now he's become a politician.
Yes, sir.
Do you think IS officers should turn politicians or not?
Sir, I believe people from all services, all pursuits of life could join politics, but there should be a gap. I mean, there should be a cooling period, sir.
So this Mr. Pandian didn't do the right thing.
No, sir.
Thank you.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
you said you are fond of reading literature.
Yes, sir.
Which type of literature?
Sir, fiction as well as recently I have also started reading some non-fiction as well, sir.
Okay. Which fiction book has impressed you most?
Sir, English August by Upmanyu Chatterjee.
Okay. Tell me the gist of this book.
Sir, the gist of English August is that a young IS officer who is posted in rural India, so he finds absurdities in lots of things and he tries to reconcile his work with his sort of philosophical awakening, sir.
Okay. What is psychology of money and how does it affect decision making? You have studied psychology.
Sir, psychology of money, I believe, refers to a branch of behavioral economics in which the personal finance part, how we make decisions regarding how to spend money, how to earn money, where to invest, all these decisions and how it impacts our lives.
Okay. Now, does kindness or rudeness also occur? It alters human behavior with more money or less money or not?
Yes, sir, it can certainly alter, sir.
Okay. Now, what would be the uses of applied electronics to defense and aerospace?
Sir, in modern warfare, in modern defense, as well as aerospace, for example, in the building of fighter jets, electronics would perform the core part. For example, we would use it for radar, developing our radar. We would use it for, signal and communication systems. So electronics is at the center, sir. I mean, chips are at the center of any modern warfare, any modern equipment.
Okay. Now, are you aware of the National Disaster Management Authority?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you interacted with it because you were working in this sector?
No, sir. But
Yeah.
I did manage a small flood in my area, sir.
A flood.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How did you manage that flood and what happened?
Sir, when I was posted as a block development officer, immediately there was a flood in the area in the first month, June month. So initially I had to keep rations in large supply. For example, all the rations that people are entitled under NFSA, 2-3 months ration earlier I had to keep. We had to provide information to the people. We had to identify the traditional areas of water logging and we evacuated people from that area. We also had some community kitchen centers started which helped them go through the flood situation. Sir.
And how many people died or where?
No one, sir.
No one died. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. SOURAV,
Yes, sir.
interesting. And I'm glad that, like me, you also like to travel.
Yes, sir.
I travel for different reasons. If I were to go to all the Ramsar sites in Odisha, so which all places I'll need to go and in how many districts? Can you trace the Ramsar sites for me?
Sir, I only know a few sites. Chilika is one.
Okay.
Angsupa Lake is another.
Hmm.
I'm not aware of any other sites.
You know only 2 out of 75.
In Odisha, sir.
Only Odisha.
Odisha, okay.
Odisha. How many are there total?
So 75 plus.
Odisha.
No, not.
Ramsar sites.
Sir, in total in India, I was.
Okay. In Odisha.
I have no idea. Sir.
Okay. Only Bhitarkanika is not one of them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's it. And Chilika you mentioned.
Yes, sir.
You been to Chilika?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
And what are the resident birds of Chilika, if you know?
Sir, there is a Brahmini shelduck. There is one Siberian duck. I'm not able to exactly recall.
These are migrants or resident?
So these are migrant birds, sir.
I'm asking you the resident birds.
Sorry, sir, I cannot recall right now.
Brahmini kite, you started with Brahminis, so I thought maybe Ruddy Shelduck or you will mention. Ruddy Shelduck is resident there.
Right, sir.
And, what is the depth of Chilika Lake?
Sorry, sir, I am not aware, sir.
Okay. Bhitarkanika, you mangroves, you forgot, right? Uh, if I were to go and meet Odisha's guests in thousands, those guests come every winter. Where should I go? And who are those guests?
Sir, are we still talking about wildlife or humans? I could not understand, sir.
Thousands of guests come to you in winter.
Right.
It's a very obvious question.
Sir, migratory birds you will
One.
actually get.
And no, what is Bhitarkanika better known for?
Sir, olive ridley turtles also come to migrate
I
and
was talking about them.
right, sir.
So, what is the number of turtles now? They come there now.
I'm not aware of the exact figures.
Okay,
Sir.
where do they come from?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of it, sir.
You're not aware of.
No, sir.
Is there any conservation plan by Odisha government to protect the eggs, protect them from poaching?
Not aware of any initiative, sir.
Okay. Are Oliver Ridley turtles exclusive to Odisha?
In India, they come to, I mean, this part only. Yes.
Only to Odisha?
I think so, sir.
Not in Gujarat, Andamans, Lakshadweep?
I'm not aware of it, sir.
You are not. Okay. If I were to visit tiger reserves in Odisha, where should I go?
Sir, Simlipal Tiger Reserve is there.
Is there only one?
Right now, I can think of this one, sir.
Okay. You see, Bengalis generally look down upon Odias. They think they have superior intellect. Everything superior.
Yes.
So I go to your state almost once in every year for my bird watching or wildlife exercise, whatever it is. I question them, the Bengalis, you don't have a dance form, Odisha has, right?
Right, sir.
The literature of Odisha is as good as anybody's.
Yes, sir.
You don't have any art, you don't have any painting style original to Bengal except the Bengal paintings. Odisha has.
Right.
Which is that style, you know?
Sir,
Odisha?
Patachitras.
Patachitras. I'm glad that you know about it. Right? Dance form they don't have. Architecture, there is nothing in Bengal. You have lovely architecture. Culture.
Yes, sir.
I say then, why is it the whole country thinks that Bengal is the cultural center of India and not Odisha? What could be the reasons?
Sir, one could be that as our tagline for tourism suggests that Odisha is India's best kept secret, so we have not been able to advertise ourselves, market ourselves. The second is also psychological, because I'm a student of psychology. I found that perhaps in many people we lack this self-confidence that we need to build at the cultural level, sir. These two factors could be the reason.
Last question. If I want to see the biggest collection of cacti in India, you know the answer. I don't have to ask.
No, sir.
You don't know?
No,
where,
sir.
where should I visit? In Odisha.
Sorry, sir. I
Odisha has Asia's largest cactus research institute.
Sir, I'll look
Thanks.
look into it, sir.
SOURAV, I'll start with your extracurricular. You were head of Boy Scouts.
Yes, sir.
What is the activity covered by this?
Sir, the Boy Scout is an organization which teaches life skills to students, and it prepares them for adult life. For example, public service is also one of its values, sir.
And what are the skills?
The other skills, sir, for example, helping elders, learning to cook, learning to take care of oneself, learning to take care of the family. These are the values, sir. Skills as well as values.
With this background, what are your views on Agniveer scheme?
Sir, I think it's a very good scheme. First of all, because it includes fresh blood into Indian Army. Secondly, it would also reduce the expenditure of Indian Army, most of which is spent on salaries and pensions. And thirdly, it would also provide life skills and confidence to the youngsters. So it's a good scheme.
Any adverse fallouts of Agniveer?
Could you repeat, sir?
Any adverse fallouts of Agniveer scheme you can think of?
Yes, sir. One fallout could be that because 3/4 of the recruitees would not be absorbed into regular armed forces, so there could be this disappointment, and they would not be able to maybe use their specific skills that they might have learned. This one issue has been flagged, sir.
Okay. You stood first in the state exam,
Yes, sir.
for which you got awarded also.
Yes, sir.
And still you decided to leave the service.
Yes, sir.
Don't you think you did not do justice?
Sir, looking back, I think my decision was that I was not doing justice to the service as well as myself, because I could do one thing at a time at that point. So because I was very much into the service, so I was unable to study for myself.
Okay. You left it in
Yes, sir.
2018.
Yes, sir.
What have you been busy with?
Sir, after that, I have been teaching and mentoring students for Odisha Civil Service also.
On a individual basis or associated with some platform?
No, sir, individually, sir.
Okay. Odisha is a mineral rich state,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Can you name what minerals are mostly found?
Sir, iron ore or hematite, there is bauxite, there is mica, zinc. These are some of the major.
How many steel plants are there in Odisha?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of the exact number.
Any
Tata Steel plant is there, sir, in Rourkela.
Rourkela,
Rourkela?
Rourkela, sir.
that is Jamshedpur.
No, sir, in Odisha. Rourkela is in Odisha, sir.
No, Rourkela is in Odisha, but the plant you have there
Yes, sir.
is with the Steel Authority of India or Tata's?
Sir,
That
I
is
cannot
PSU,
recall.
Public
Yes,
Sector
right,
Estimate.
sir. Sorry, sir, I will look into it. Sir.
And you also check on which special steel is manufactured in Rourkela.
Okay, sir. I will
Okay.
look into it, sir.
So coming to psychology, is psychology an arts subject or a science?
Sir, psychology began as a humanities subject, but now it is said to be moving towards a science subject. It's a positive science, sir. I mean, it is intermediate. It is a behavioral science, that is the exact term, which is moving towards positive sciences.
How do you differentiate between the humanities and science?
So the
What
difference
parameters?
is in methodology. For example, in specifically about experimentation on the basis of evidence, empirical evidence. That is the main difference.
And my final question, what is the difference between clinical psychology and experimental psychology?
Sir, clinical psychology is associated with understanding mental disorders and other branches of abnormal psychology based on medical science. Whereas experimental psychology is a broader prospect, and it examines human behavior and mental processes based on experiments.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Saurav Das. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing good, sir.
Good. So I will start with one comment that you made about stability in Orissa. That is about the tribal population, 40%. That is very large. But I have a case of a state where tribal population is much less. That is Manipur. and you must be hearing for last 3 years the problems which are happening. So this kind of general observation, is it correct to describe a situation?
Sir, in any outcome, there would certainly be multiple factors. But if we see the major factors, they would be the nature of the government's policy stability. These factors are very important. The other important factor is also social fabric.
Yeah.
So, yes, sir. So, because if there is a tension, already inherent tension in the society, so government impact of the government would also not be to that extent, sir. I agree.
Which part of psychology you like? Like there are different parts. Which one is your preference?
Sir, I like cognitive psychology, sir.
Cognitive psychology, not this psychological problems, no? Psychological problem in human beings, not that one.
Sir, I'm interested in that also, but more interested in cognitive
Cognitive psychology. Now you said that it is inching toward being a science.
Yes, sir.
Now, is it easy to measure like mind and different, like how do you describe mind, no, psychologically?
Right, sir. Sir, it is certainly not easy to describe mind,
Yeah.
but what we understand right now is that mind is both a system as well as a phenomenon which has biological basis.
Where is mind located in the body?
Sir, that is a matter of debate. It has not been settled yet.
Okay.
But the biological basis for the mind, it is generally considered to be brain, sir. Brain as well as the other parts of the nervous system.
All right. Yeah. Now you proceed, no, to describe what instruments are used to measure the mind and its process.
Sir, various instruments could be used to measure different types of mental processes. For example, if you want to understand, let's say, attention span, so you could use a simple device to see the movement of the eyes. If we want to measure intelligence, we can use a psychological test. We can provide certain questions and we can record the responses and we rate it. So there are different methods to measure different mental processes through which we infer about the status of the mind.
That means through waves, no, electromagnetic waves. You want to say that?
No, sir, not through.
No, not that. So now in the field of psychiatry, in the present world, no, whatever is being, consultation is there, and then medicines are prescribed, and many people complain that those are kind of habit forming and they don't relieve, no, the problem issues.
Yes, sir.
So, but there is a huge business going on in psychiatry. There are psychiatrists who exploit the patients, and they say that how do you compare the present psychiatric treatment with the psychoanalytic treatment of mental patients, that couch treatment? What is the difference between these two?
Sir, the psychoanalytic method of treatment, which was based on Freud's ideas, now they are not usually considered very valid for treatment of mental disorders or even for psychological counseling. The use of drugs is usually it should be resorted at the last level. Initially, there should be psychological counseling, and there should not be usually any prescription. Based on the severity of the condition, they can, clinical psychologists or psychiatrists, they can prescribe medicines. So as far as the exploitation part goes, of course there are many such instances. In that case, there should be regulation of psychiatrists, sir.
Yeah, but they have formal degrees.
Yes, sir.
They have formal degrees, and normally there is lot more to be done. Now there is one theory of mind in the Hindu system. There are 4 parts of mind. Are you aware of that?
No, sir.
What are those 4 parts? But
Sorry, sir, I'm not.
like subconscious or unconscious, chitta and all, you are not aware. I'll advise you go through that. That is very interesting because that will clarify your concept on mind and then compare it with the modern theories of mind.
I'll look into it, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Saurav, how do you think this interview went?
I did not do well on the factual parts, sir. I need to brush up on my Odisha specific parts. That's what I felt.
Factual part like your state,
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes.
correct? Anything else?
I have to think about it, sir.
How will you rate this interview on a scale of 1 to 10?
4 or 5, I don't know,
Oh,
sir.
five. How many mocks have you done so far?
Sir, 4.
Or what was the overall feedback given to you?
Sir, today morning's interview feedback was that I'm doing well on the basis of knowledge. They asked me on different other parts of my DAF as well as current affairs. They only said that you need a bit more confidence. And I have this habit of looking down sometimes. So they said you need to look at the panel a bit more.
And the previous mocks that you gave, what was the feedback?
Generally, it was okay, sir. Similar kind of feedback. One feedback specific I got that I should structure my answer a bit better. So I don't know what to do.
I'll come to that a bit later.
Okay, sir.
But you look very sort of dispirited, unhappy, or is that your natural state?
Yes, sir. It's my natural way of speaking, sir. That is also feedback I got. You need to bring more enthusiasm.
Not only that, I mean, even looks wise, either you are looking very tired or dispirited for some reason. Am I correct or am I wrong? Apologetic.
Okay. I'm not aware, sir. Maybe it's it's a natural way of talking, sir. I don't know.
No, I'm not talking about your talking. I'm talking about you
As a person,
as a person.
you came across as a very hesitant and unwilling candidate.
Are you anxious about something or this is normal?
No, sir. No, sir.
So then what you could do is that during the interview, wherever you find some light-hearted moment, at least you can offer a smile or something. Because otherwise the impression that you're tired or the words I used, try to take care of that. I mean, I found your interview pretty good. You answer very well.
Thank you, sir.
You have been able to form opinions wherever you have been asked. I found your answers pretty honest. Content-wise, I did not see too much of a problem. So which means, and okay, now factual questions, if you don't know, it's okay. But if you have written about your home state, one would expect that you know. But there again, you are not expected to know everything. But Rourkela steel plant is something one would have expected that you should know, correct?
Sir, I got a bit really nervous from that point onwards.
Why?
I thought I made a blunder, so that's why, sir.
Everybody makes mistakes. Do you think anybody who appears for the interview is perfect? We all make blunders. We also made blunders when we appeared for the interview. Almost all of us.
But it shouldn't affect you.
It should not affect you. Otherwise, the whole interview will go wrong. 1, 2, 3 blunders we will all make. Correct? I find there is so much positive in you. As I told you, the content-wise, you answer very well. But because of that negative kind of thing, thoda voice modulation, thoda smile, that should do.
Body language.
A bit of body. Why are you carrying a diary?
Sir, I came for the one-to-one session. That's
Baar
all.
chhod dete. Correct?
Sir, sorry, sir. I did not.
No. I'm nothing wrong there. But in the UPSC interview, don't carry a diary. Leave it outside if you're
No,
carrying
sir, I
one.
know that. But today I had come for this DAP session, and usually we are recommended to carry a diary to write down.
You'll get a recording of this.
Okay, I was not aware that it was being recorded, sir.
You'll get a recording and you'll get the feedback also. So you don't, everything is there on record. You want to ask me anything? Ask us anything.
Yes, sir. Sir, one feedback, for example, I got in other mocks is that I should take a brief pause before answering. Take a brief pause. So is that always necessary, or if I know the answer, should I
No.
immediately?
Even if you know the answer, sometimes in a hurry to answer, even if you know, it sort of goes wrong. So 2 second, 3 second pause is always a good idea. Rushing into answer, the problem is, and sometimes we make a lot of mistakes because we think we know. And you rush into it, then it becomes very difficult to backtrack. So give it a pause. It's not a bad idea. Anything else?
Sir, the same feedback that you gave, like how can I improve my way of answering? Like,
As I said, see, no, I mean, now we can't go into an extended change of personality. All I'm saying is that whenever you get a slight opportunity, a little bit of voice modulation, a little bit of a smile, that works. You have so much positive. So these
Thank
are
you,
only very small suggestions. If you can work on them, it will be great. Anything else?
sir, one last question. If pushed into any controversial question, should we take, what kind of stance should we take? Should we take a clear stance? Should we just say these are the pros and
As far as I am concerned, and as far as all my colleagues are concerned, you should take a clear stand. You should be able to back it up logically. Correct? Otherwise, if you are, when you try to balance, it looks very artificial that you are avoiding taking a stand. Take a stand, but logical backup is important.
Okay, sir.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Anybody?
So,
Sir, I could not answer a lot of actual questions. So, to what extent will it affect my?
no, it's a very simple thing. I mean, I'm not a Odia, but I know Oliver Ridley turtles come from Australia. Right? It is known to most of the people. So it is imperative that you know that. It's very important. It's a very, very important from ecological and conservation point of view. So I thought you would know that, right? And rest of the things like the Asia's center, the Cacti Research Center is right there. So in Odisha. So I thought you would know. And just be free yourself from the fear of attending an interview.
Okay, sir.
You are a student of psychology. Let it not bog you down. You are going to it's not an interview. It is an interaction, in fact, with you. Okay. And all of us have not answered all the questions in the interview. But still we made it. Right? You will also make it. Be positive and go for a frank discussion. Just do that. Okay?
If you don't know facts, you don't know facts. Stop worrying.
Bas.
Done?
Okay, sir.
All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.